Hey, welcome back to Should We Reset?
Another episode. How are you guys today? We have Miss D here.
And this is Jay with the Gems. Fortunately, Sheila is not gonna be on this episode, but she'll be back.
Yeah, she's taking a little bit of a hiatus, but we will be back at full cast at some point soon. So stay tuned on that.
Absolutely. All right. Now, should we still do like our one, two, three? Should we reset? Like try to get it down packed again at some point?
Not today.
We'll do it at the end.
All right, yeah.
Let's try it. Okay. All right. So today's episode, we wanted to discuss the viral court case that has been taking place with Afroman. I found the video of Afroman randomly because it was so random in my notification.
Actually, my brother posted it on his Instagram. I had no clue that it was going on, which is crazy because that's in a neighboring state. So that should have been trending over here.
It should have been and I feel like because I remember you mentioned that it's in Japan, people were looking at it nonstop.
Yeah, it's in the international news.
Yeah, but I'm I feel like I don't really see it as much locally. Like people aren't talking as much about it. Like the people are not peopling on it.
They should be. I definitely know there's a segment of the internet. Thank you to them for making it go viral as it should. But I definitely went down the rabbit hole with it, and it is crazy.
It is an interesting case because if anyone doesn't know about it, it's Afroman is the rapper who created the song. What is it? Because I got high.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's very famous from doing that, but he isn't has a court case or had because it's now, dismissed where he made music videos that were spoofing and talking trash about these officers that ran into his house and did a raid of his house with warrant but warrantless essentially.
Right. So they
With
didn't
warrant,
have a justifiable reason for the raid, and as a result of the raid, so he has some property damage. He kind of lives a little bit on a rural area, so he has
in
an
Ohio.
electric gate that was damaged during this raid. They kicked his door in.
Missing money.
Yeah, they seized some of his cash from him, and then also there was a miscount on how much was there. So that's side eye worthy because civil asset seizure is a big kind of topic in regard to police, and also adjacent to this we have police brutality because Afroman being a black man, those situations can kind of get very, very dicey and sometimes end up being fatal.
And I don't know, I don't believe he was at his home at the time, because I remember in a part of his testimony, he was talking about how he called his ex-wife to give her the combination to his floor safe. And so it seemed like he may not have been present at the time of the raid, at the immediacy, but possibly later into it. Maybe he came after the fact. So I'm not certain about the timeline yet.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Usually for raids, they try to time it, and that's another thing that's kind of like a error on the police's side because usually for a raid, when you're raiding someone's home, you're trying to. It's a sting operation. You're catching them in the act, so they generally they do a scope out and everything to make sure that all people of interest, which in this case was Afroman, are on the premises.
But then sometimes that's not the case too, because at times if they feel as though that the evidence is just laying in wait and it's there and they've gathered enough, background and evidence.
But what was the evidence? They just raided his house. So what were they searching for?
I mean, because I believe they also didn't they see some sort of weed or drugs or something? I think it was probably just weed, but I think they see something to that effect. But I don't know necessarily what the cause was that brought them to the point where it's oh, he's on their radar.
Yeah, I didn't go down the back hole on that because one, they had no standing to be there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were. And that's one thing that didn't come up. I just know I kind of came into the scene on the trial on the day 2 of the court proceedings, so it was pretty much kind of like everything had transpired. And this wasn't even a trial. This was the police's defamation suit against him because apparently due to him being exercising his creative freedom, being the musician that he is, he started making music videos talking about what had happened to him, like most musicians do. Art imitates life. And the police officers were very much so a little bit butthurt by that, so they wanted to say he was defaming them, which is like, certain things are
Yeah.
public knowledge, and officers
And
are considered public figures. So
and
it's like,
I believe, wasn't it in the videos, like his music videos that he did as where he was, talking about what he went through and just, exposing all of the issues that he was going through with them. What didn't he use video from his own home cameras where they were doing the raid? Did he use that?
yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely used his own home
So
footage.
it wasn't any copyright issue.
And to be honest, that really helped his case because,
Yeah.
even though it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, unfortunately, with Black people in America, it's generally the other way around, where it's guilty until proven innocent. And
Absolutely.
thankfully, he was recording and he had his surveillance system on because the police were doing some very side eye worthy activities on the lines of maliciousness. Because one of the officers, who Afro Man refers to as Lickum Lisa, uh, he she actually was on video literally disconnecting the surveillance. So it's like you
Mhm.
don't do something like that unless if you have some kind of ill intent in some kind of way.
Yeah, because what's the purpose exactly? It's supposed to be something where if you're going to seize possessions and, clearly, you're exerting your official capacity of gaining information and evidentiary pieces and all of these like you're doing that, so you would want, I would assume, you'd
Yes.
want to be visible and clean and clear, because it was once you put yourself in a space of, ambiguity, you kind of just you're making the collection of evidence look murky, and it's starting to become more and more questionable as to what was going on here. Like that's the issue. It's
Right.
not clean and put together, none whatsoever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I gotta watch the rest of those videos, those music videos though, because I don't know what, like, I gotta watch
It's
the
almost
music
like each
videos.
video is a music video, is almost like its own like mini documentary.
Uh
Some of
huh.
them are like not the typical like 3 to 5 minute time frame. They're like 15, 20
Oh yes,
minutes,
that means
13
he's going
minutes.
all the way in.
Yes, he was
Yes.
definitely using full, complete range of his creative freedom. Okay.
Right, exactly. I feel like, at the end of the day too, when it comes to it, it's like, oh, but well, let's say this. The case was dismissed. My man did not have to you know, pay any monies, anything like that as it pertains to the defamation case. So he's fully clean and clear from it. But the funniest thing to me was, honestly, I still can't get over that closing argument of Afro Man's attorney, where he was just because in the closing argument, what he was saying, like he was trying to refer to, like you were saying at the beginning, like you going off of your, creative mannerisms and just using it, and where art, art imitates life.
Right.
And so he was just like, yeah, like, WAP. I won't bring up what WAP stands for. And then the
Shout
Megan
out
3
to Cardi B
Cardi
and Megan
B.
Thee
Yes,
Stallion.
yes. And I'm like, but then the funny part is that that's such a throwback.
Wonder what did the WAP start trending on the charts after this.
Right. We should have looked. Because the other one was the Megan 3 Stallion. I was like, three? Because
Right.
he didn't say Megan the Stallion. He said Megan 3 Stallion.
Yeah, he did his best. He was a little nervous even referencing that in the court.
Yes, yes, yes,
But at the end of the day, he definitely showed up and showed off for as far as for legally
yes.
representing Afro Man. So that was great to see.
He was quite zealous in his actions.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's how you want your lawyer to be, 10
you
toes
have to be.
down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's actually one of the cornerstones is that you're supposed to behave. You're supposed to act zealously on behalf of your client. Yeah. I mean, okay, so I don't know. I feel like I gotta look at some more of those videos though, because them videos is probably like I feel like I seen the notifications for him, but I was so busy trying to watch like the witness stand and what he was saying and all of those things. I didn't get to to looking at when those officers were on the stand because
Mhm.
I caught it when he was on the stand.
Yeah. I went down a rabbit hole. I had watched both of them, the when the officers was on the stand. Saying,
Videos
yeah, they played the music
wild in court,
videos
right?
from start to finish in the courtroom.
Mhm.
So, let us know in the comments which one of the Afro Man court proceedings was your favorite music video.
For real, like, I'm curious as to is his music videos trending out too?
Yes, his
Are his
music
music videos?
videos from the court case are
Mhm.
trending,
Yeah.
and he's doing like booked and busy. He is doing live performances.
Remember he said that like he did say I think on an interview like or no, that the money that was that they seized that they miscounted. He said that that money was in his pocket, like in a coat pocket or a jacket pocket or a blazer pocket, whatever, from doing a show with I think Snoop and Wiz Khalifa.
It doesn't matter where he got the money
I just
from.
found
It
it
is
interesting how he had the full placement of
yeah.
when and
Listen,
where he
if
had
you
that
got your
money.
money stored at home, you're gonna know where every dollar at.
He knew at like he was like, "Look,
And
I
he
got it at X
probably
at 8 o'clock at
yeah, because
night."
you have to keep documented records. That is his
Mhm.
way of his doing his accounting process. It,
Yes,
it
it
may be a little
is.
unconventional. He got it in the coat pocket or whatnot, but hey, it's his prerogative. It's
Certainly is. He did like altogether. He did well on the stand.
yes, and also name dropping those other artists, it also gives validity to the money versus like, oh, you
Mhm.
just got this cash in the house. Like, what are you doing? It's no illegal
Yeah,
activities. Like, hey, I did a show here. You can
yeah.
verify it if
Like the
need
chain of
be.
custody
Right?
is
Yes,
intact
it was like documenting the train of
on
custody.
his end because the chain of custody on their end is completely trashed.
Probably so, but
Yeah.
then also to give a little validity to the fact of his like relevance to his artistry as well.
Yeah. He's still out there now. He that much more out there now.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
did say he's not leaving, his home either. So he's not. He was like, that's not
Yeah,
gonna make him
they
move.
not about to push him out of town. If anything, they
Hmm.
need to. Hopefully, sometimes in these cases, the police departments will kind of continue to harass, but hopefully they
Yeah,
don't because it's drawn so much international attention at this point that there is going to definitely look like a further harassment. So it
yeah,
will definitely be interesting to see how this play out. We of course hope and pray that Afro Man and his family, as well as the lemon pound cake, continues to be able to maintain safety and in their residency in the state of Ohio.
absolutely. And you know what? Look, you know what would be fun though?
What?
If Afro Man music for our podcast a little bit, like did a little something.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here for it.
I
And if
would love
he
that.
came on here and dropped the
Look,
exclusive recipe to the lemon pound cake. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love me a good pound cake, and lemon is
okay.
one of my favorite flavors.
It's the
So
tang for me.
with that icing, it just hits
Mm,
perfectly.
yeah.
I don't blame that police officer because I love me a good cake.
So, Art, shall would you like to close us out, or would you like me
Yes.
to?
Okay, I'll do the honors.
Please
So this is Miss D here,
do. This is Jay with the Gems.
and we are Should We Reset Podcast.
Yes. All right. 1, 2, 3. Should
Should
we
we
reset?
reset?
Yes. We got it. Finally.